Congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you, sir.
We are joined by Coach Scott Drew, members of the Baylor Bears. Baylor improved to 24-10 with today's 92-67 win, advances to the second round to take on the Clemson, New Mexico winner on Sunday. Joining Coach Drew are Jalen Bridges, senior forward, 23 points, 5 rebounds on 5 of 8 from 3, and freshman guard Jacoby Walker, who had 19 points, as the Bears had 4 in double figures and 6 players with 8 or more points. We will start things with an opening statement from Coach Drew, and then we will take questions for the student athletes. So, Coach, if you'd like to get started.
Well, first it is Coach Bridges. He called a great play at the end of the game for Austin Sachs, so he deserves credit for that. Second of all, just thankful to God to give us this platform and opportunity. Not everybody gets a chance to play in March Madness, and really happy for these guys. A lot of them, it was their first time ever in an NCAA tournament game, and really proud of how they played together. And to score 92 points, that actually sets a Baylor record for most points in an NCAA tournament game. And hopefully we saved a couple made threes for the next game, because 16 for 30 is pretty efficient.
So we will open it up for questions for the student athletes. For our media members, if you'll raise your hand, we will get a microphone to you, give your name and affiliation, and the student athlete to where you're directing your question. We'll start here in the front row.
Bryce Cherry, Waco Trib. Jalen, as Coach kind of alluded to, their high level of offensive execution today. What do you think contributed to that, and how fun did it feel, especially when you got rolling in the second half?
First and foremost, I just want to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, because without him, none of this is possible. And like you said, we got rolling. It's a blessing to be able to play with guys like Jacoby, who can space the floor, guys like Ray J and J Nunn, who can just honestly make life easy for me and him. So, like I said, it's just fun to take the court with these guys every single night.
I'm going to say we're going to go front row to the left here at second mic.
Let's go to Metafield, Actors 5 here in Memphis. Guys, congrats on the win. Just for both of you, kind of follow up on that question. 4 players in double figures, 3 with 15 or more. Just how much fun is that? Ball's hopping around, everyone's cooking, and everyone's just kind of doing their thing. How enjoyable is that for both of you?
Yeah. First, I also just want to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, just for the opportunity just to be here. Not everybody gets to play out here, and just me being a freshman, not a lot of freshmen get this opportunity as well. But like Jalen was saying, it's just fun being on the court with a bunch of guys that can score. Every day we're all in the gym, so we see the work that each other puts in. So just to see it come to fruition, that's the word, right? On the court, see it on the court. It's just really cool to see, and like he was saying, it's just really fun.
We're going to go to our right here.
Matt Mosley, ESPN Central Texas. Jacoby, what was your mindset early? You seemed very aggressive and were hitting some shots early. What was kind of your mindset coming out?
Yeah, really just putting everything in the past. And this is a new season, Coach showed us a bracket, and it was just us and Colgate. So this was next game up. I just really wanted to come out aggressive, set the tone early. My teammates, they were finding me. They were encouraging me. And then when we got things going, it was pretty hard to stop us.
I'm going to go to the center here in the back.
Frank Bonner, Daily Memphian. This is for Jalen. When you talk about establishing momentum as you hope to go deeper into the tournament, just how big was it to start the first game shooting the way that you were shooting, and for you and for the rest of the team?
It was great to feel that way, to see the ball go through the hoop a little bit, especially after how we struggled in Kansas City. But like Jacoby said, it's a new season. We got to put the past in the past and just focus on the next game, next opportunity, and just stay together, and the rest will take care of itself for real.
Other questions for the student athletes? Okay, we're going to go right back down front here. We'll give the mic.
Jalen, there was a sequence in the second half where it was like Colgate hit a 3, you guys hit a 3, back and forth. Did it almost feel like y'all had to shoot that well, just because obviously they were executing there pretty well too?
Nah, they're a super talented team. They have a lot of guys that are really good at what they do, and I feel like we let up a little bit defensively, and that's something that we cannot do going forward, or we're going to be heading on a flight home. So we just got to play both ends instead of just trying to get open shots on offense. There's 94 feet. We got to play on both ends.
Other questions for the student athletes? Seeing none, guys, we will let you guys go to the locker room. Congratulations, and we'll see you back here on Sunday.
Thank you for having us.
Now we'll, again, raise your hand. We'll get you a microphone as we open the floor for Coach Drew. And again, we'll start here on the front and then move to the front on our left side. Go ahead.
Scott, just the big men that Colgate had and the kind of the footwork and the post moves that they had, that gave y'all some problems. But what allowed you to kind of gain that separation that you needed?
Well, I think first and foremost, they've been in this is their fourth NCAA tournament in a row, and every one of those games were single digits in the second half. So, and now they're older, more mature. So we knew we were going to be in for a dogfight. What we had to do was take away their threes, and I think we did a good job. But when you take away something, you give up something. And credit their interior for making great moves and plays. And I thought as the game went on, we were able to do a little better job of limiting their touches, and the zone helped change that a little bit for us as well.
Moving to the front on our left, Coach.
Scott, when you guys are sharing the wealth like that and getting everyone involved offensively, just how tough do you feel like you guys are to beat?
Well, I think every coach cares more about what shot selection you get, and if it's the right shots. We know that they're not always going to go in, but that's what you can control, and then you can control the effort on the glass. I thought we had great looks. I thought everyone was really unselfish. 17 assists is really good. And I thought when we got some stops in transition, we were really good as well. So, I mean, we've had a top 5 offense most of the year, and we know we're efficient. And it's nice to finally play somebody that doesn't know every tendency, every set, and everything you do. So it's good to play somebody different.
We'll go here to our right.
Kennington Smith with The Athletic. I know he was able to play periodically through the game, but do you have any update on Eves, and do you think there's going to be anything lingering with that?
Yeah, I don't know. He woke up that way. It bothered him yesterday. So the good thing is you have a day off, and Eve's really durable. He hadn't missed a game, hadn't missed much practice, if any practice. So we have a great staff. They'll get him right. But yeah, he was definitely affected by that today.
Before we stay on this side, we'll remind media members in the Zoom, if you have a question, you can hit the raise hand feature, and we will try to get to those after questions in the room. Stay right here in the front.
Cam Stewart, ESPN Central Texas. Scott, the last few minutes of the first half, Ray J gets his third foul, goes to the bench. Not a guy that sits on the bench a lot. So how important was that to get some minutes for Miro and to get Jaden Nunn handling the ball a little bit more and to actually extend that lead going into halftime?
Yeah, I thought that was really critical, and I thought the guys really did a great job defensively. They did a good job executing. To finish with Eve's bucket before the half was a great way to close the half. And we knew in the second half they were going to come out and make a run, which they did, and called timeout. And then I thought our guys did a good job in regrouping and never really letting them get it to single digits where you start to feel it and the crowd gets involved.
Other questions back here?
Scott, when you've got a quick turnaround, you got to play another game in 2 days. How beneficial is it to be able to close the way you did and not have to be in a dogfight in the last couple minutes?
Honestly, if you're in this profession long enough, big wins, close win, you see it all work that second game. I can tell you I lost a little less hair because of it, so I'm appreciative of that. But I'm really, really so excited for our guys. And we had so many, it's their first time in the NCAA tournament. And as you can tell from Jacoby and Jalen, I mean, we have really, really good kids, and you want the best for them when they're good kids and they got great parents. And I know a lot of them were really excited about today.
Going right in front of us.
Scott, when the Baylor fans are chanting for sacks, do you hear that? And how cool was that to see him, hit that three?
Well, I love that, and usually that's a good thing. So hopefully 5 more games we hear that. But excited for him, and he's the ultimate teammate. I mean, everybody loves him. I don't think he's ever said a bad thing about anybody. So just a really kind young man.
Staying on the same side, back row.
Mark Giannotto from the Commercial Appeal here in Memphis. You mentioned a couple times how well
a lot of these guys who are playing their first tournament game played, including some of your best players. I'm curious how you found sort of the balance within your roster of, you still have, these talented freshmen, but also have some veterans, and it's a hot topic around the country. How do you construct a roster? What have you found where you've been able to, it seems like, find that balance?
Well, this is a first-time experience for all of us. We're all learning on the fly. And, you never had a COVID year before. You never had NIL before. You never had a transfer portal before. So, things are changing, and you're trying to figure it out as you go. And I can tell you our formula is just to get great young men we want to spend time with, that are talented, and they'll put the team first and embrace our culture of joy. And we've been blessed to do that. I don't think we have a set number like we're going to take this many transfers. There's teams out there, you take too many transfers, it doesn't work. Take too many freshmen, it doesn't work. You can find there's only 68 teams in the tournament, so a lot more don't work than do work, just numerically. So with us, we're blessed because the guys that represent our university do a great job, and they've played a lot of basketball this year. Jacoby and Eve aren't freshmen anymore.
We're in our last 5 minutes, staying on this same side.
Scott, did the Oakland win over Kentucky get your attention a bit last night, and it make you think anything different coming in today? Not that you need a reminder of that those things can happen.
No, that's March Madness. Again, if you don't have that, it's just March. So, it is what it is. And personally, we were in the league with Coach Campy at Valpo. And good friend of mine, 40 years at the school. So everybody in the profession, even Coach Calipari, I think they're good friends. You love it when good things happen to good people, and happy for him. But, I'm sure there's upsets today, just like there was last night, and a couple other close ones. But that's why this March Madness is so special. And I love it when you can't get past the first 2 days and there's no perfect brackets left. That just shows you how hard it is. Now, I don't know if it'll be that way. I watched TV for about 1 minute, and the stat was there's only like 46% of the brackets still correct. And that was at like 5 o'clock yesterday. So my point is that expect the unexpected. It makes it great. Makes it tough on coaches and players, though, because you don't want it to be the last time you put on the jersey.
Anything else for Coach Drew? All right. Seeing none, Coach. Congratulations. We'll see you guys here on Sunday.
Thank you, guys. The good thing is we get to enjoy some more good food. So.